I am wearing green in honor of the New York Jets, who have decided to ship away any of the remaining talent and hope that they had on this year's roster and accumulate draft picks. Okay, this franchise has officially given up on the season and also given up on next season. Let's start off here, Mike. Okay, New York Jets trade away Sauce Gardner to the Indianapolis Colts, and I believe it's for 2 first-round picks. Okay, well, hold on.
You know what? That's actually kind of
there's a couple ways to look at it. Okay, we can look at it from the Jets' perspective, and then we can also look at it from the Colts' perspective. If you look at it, okay, here's what we need to lay out. Sauce Gardner is, I believe, the highest paid corner in the NFL. I think it's like $30 million a year. Highest paid corner in the NFL. Hasn't been great this year. Has been great in previous years, but nothing with the New York Jets is great right now. So the Colts, if you look at it from the Colts' perspective, they're trading away their 2 next first-round picks. This means that they think that they are in a Super Bowl window right now. Okay, and we can talk about that a little bit. Yeah, from the Jets' perspective, this means that they have officially given up and that they are going for a total rebuild. Right?
Yeah. And that owner, I keep forgetting that owner's name, but he got another piece of paper during his lunch break. Yeah, so look what we could get for this for Gardner. Sell him.
Ship him off. So Sauce Gardner's going to the Colts. That's not all that the Jets got rid of. They also got rid of Pro Bowl defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. They received a first-round pick.
Hilarious.
Okay. Now, so this is Quinnen Williams is going to the Cowboys. So after Jerry got rid of his best defensive lineman and Micah Parsons, then they traded one of those first-round picks to the Jets to get an interior defensive line. Sort of a round robin. Nothing makes sense here. The only thing that is clear to me is that the Jets are just giving up and they're accumulating. Now look at this, Mike. Does this give the New York Jets hope? Because this is what they're looking at for the next 2 years. That's kind of a crazy haul. So what is that? That's 2 first-round picks next year, 2 second-round picks next year, and then 3 first-round picks in 2027.
Dang.
So
that's crazy.
Does that give you hope? Here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you look at it like, because there's this joke, it's like, man, we traded Micah Parsons for a first-round pick. That first-round pick could be anybody. It could be like the next Micah Parsons.
I always disagree with that philosophy. Yeah. The draft is such an absolute crapshoot. Even the whole draft prospect analyzing process,
the
evaluation process is so flawed. And there's been years and years of research into it, and it hasn't gotten any better at picking guys who are producers. It is an absolute coin toss. And to try to throw away certainty that you have of guys who have proven it and who are doing it at a high level, are doing what you hope a first round pick may hopefully do one day. Okay, this guy's doing it right now. So it's a gambling addiction is what it is.
That's a good way.
That's what it is.
Well, we are in our modern society. Everybody's on these.
Now, isn't there's a team that their whole philosophy is that they operate they're kind of like anti-draft and they operate just off of picking.
Oh, it was the Rams. It was the Rams a few years ago. They
basically
said, screw the picks. They went all in on known players, and what they do, they won the Super Bowl. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, they're going to win the Super Bowl, but then they're going to be totally dead for the next few years because they don't have any draft picks. Well, look at the Rams. They've consistently been good, whether they have draft picks or not. And what you were saying, Mike, I think it's like, even when you look at first round, I think it's like a 50% hit rate of if a first rounder will be like a known producer. You look at some of these first round drafts over the last like 15 years, like, okay, you look at like the 2018 draft, that's loaded with talent. But then you look at some of these drafts and it's like, I don't even recognize any of these names from the first round, or like you barely do, or just a handful of them end up being actual players in the NFL.
And what does that tell you? Because these first-round guys are under so much scrutiny by all 32 teams. They do the whole interview, the psychological exam, everything you could possibly think of. So it's either, okay, we have to stop putting so much weight on this, or we have to figure out a different evaluation process. And they're doing neither.
Yeah. I feel like I would trust this strategy a little more if it wasn't the Jets, because I feel like, all right, cool. Jets just accumulated a bunch of great picks. They've got a bunch of capital and they're going to blow it. They're going to blow it because here's the other thing. Like, you listen to people in NFL front offices talk and the Jets need a quarterback above all else. And so what do they have? If I pull that back up, how many really good picks do they have? Okay. In the next 2 years, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 picks in the first 2 rounds of the next 2 years. You can hit on 6 of those of like really good players who are like a Sauce Gardner or a great defensive tackle. Yeah. But if they don't hit on the quarterback, it does not matter. Yeah. It does not matter. In the Jets, even when they do hit on good quarterbacks, like they hit on Sam Darnold. And you know what? Geno Smith, it took a while for Geno Smith to hit, and now he's unhit now that he's in Vegas, but he hit eventually in Seattle. So even when the Jets do draft quarterbacks with potential, it doesn't work out there. And so I just have no faith and hope that it's going to work out for them, you know?
Yeah. And then, I lost my point, but I concur.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I think that's a good criticism. Okay, then all right, so that's the Jets. I don't believe in them. And congrats to Sauce Gardner, who then woke up. He was 1-7, and now he's 7-2 overnight. Congrats.
That's awesome.
I know, that's gotta feel.
Oh my, I'm a winner. Turns out I've been winning all these games, it turns out. That's a great feeling.
That's a funny concept of like, if you get traded to a winning team, do you all of a sudden adopt the cockiness of all of the previous wins?
Yeah.
What's the etiquette?
You have to. That's part of the assimilation process, a part of becoming a member of the team. You adopt the arrogance of the success of that team as the newfound member.
Yeah. You can't bring that loser energy into the new organization.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a hilarious concept. You come in and you act like you've been a part of all 7 of those wins. All right, then let's
start doing cryptic posts again and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so congrats, Sauce Gardner. All right. So the Colts then, if we look at this from the Colts perspective, the Colts fulfilled the need. I think that they were 26th in the NFL or something like that in pass defense. So what do? They go out and they get one of the best corners in the NFL. Now, there are a lot of people who think that Sauce Gardner is a little overrated. But I did take a look at like the PFF, Pro Football Focus rankings, who do like these crazy in-depth, like real analysis of like every single snap that a player takes. And they do have him and Cooper DeJean ranked as the 2 best corners in the league so far this year. So I don't think you can really argue that he's overrated. Maybe you can say it's a little bit too much to pay him, whatever, but he's one of the best corners in the league. So the Colts get that. So just what I said, that means that they think they're trading away these 2 first-round picks. That means they think their time is now, that they're going to win a Super Bowl. And I did say in the last episode, I'm not believing any of the I think it's such a fugazi. Okay. This means that they think that Daniel Jones is their quarterback of the future. And in that last game against Pittsburgh, we saw glimpses of
saw his face.
You saw it in his face.
He's not, the high pressure, the adversity. I don't know if he's one of these guys that can handle it. And as it ramps up into the playoffs, if they, all that. So, but I mean, from the organization standpoint, they have to act like, okay, this is our best shot. We have to go all in. I mean, look at us. Their offense has been putting up like historical numbers in terms of like some of the best offense in the history of the NFL. When you look at the numbers, you're like, okay, I mean, I know Daniel Jones is a little, iffy, but we have to go all in right now.
I feel like it's kind of like you're playing blackjack and you have like a soft 17 and the dealer has, what does the dealer have showing? The dealer has a 7 showing and it's like, do I sit on this and like maybe, or do I just go all in and do I hit? And I feel they're hitting and I think it's a mistake because I think the first half of the season was a little bit of fugazi. They had the 4th easiest schedule in the NFL. Now they have the 4th hardest. We'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words and Sauce Gardner is going to be their superhero, but I'm not buying it. Okay. I am not buying it at all. Here's a question, Mike. Okay. So Aaron Glenn, who's the head coach of the New York Jets, they're already at 1-7. Like it's not going great. And then they have the front office and presumably the owner, Woody Johnson, make this move where they just trade away all of the best players that they have anyway.
They're selling the team for scraps.
Aaron Glenn's job is to win games now. And the Jets have just by this move admitted we're going to suck this year for the rest of the year, and we're also going to suck next year. And then it's just like, how big of a runway are they going to give Aaron Glenn? Because they just screwed him over. Like, don't you think that's just a horrible position to be in as a coach?
It's an impossible position to be in. You have a front office that is completely thrown the season and the next season away, and then they're going to judge you, based off of as if they were supporting the pursuit right now. And so you see at the end of the season, you go, listen, well, you traded away all my guys. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. It wasn't good enough, and they'll get rid of him.
And the thing is, like, Aaron Glenn will be judged as a head coach. His head coach record will be 2-15 and then 3-14. And of course, like, if you know logically, okay, well, the Jets were rebuilding and trade away a lot of their talent there, it's still going to fall on Aaron Glenn. That's still his head coaching record. And so the front office and owner are just screwing him over unless he's in on it and they're like, hey, we're giving you a 5-6 year runway here. I know it's going to be a rebuild, but with what the Jets have done historically, I feel like they're just going to be like, next year they're bad again and they're going to blame it on Aaron Glenn and he's just in a lose position.
Here's something that's interesting. Like, you look at like a quarterback performance in games, and then you're like, okay, well, he threw a couple picks, but he was hit or pressure during these plays. And so, like, there's a factor to their stats of like uncontrollable variables of like, okay, I was sacked this many times, which is kind of an uncontrollable. For coaches, performance during a season, there should be some sort. Okay, he went 3-7, but he had this percent factor of front office something. Right. Or he had this percent factor of starter injuries. And so that's something that is actually, because when these guys leave and go looking for new jobs or down to college or whatever, that should be a part of their analysis. Is like, okay, I performed at this level with these two factors. I was 30% of my starters were injured this season or got injured during the season, and my front office traded away 12% of whatever. And so
my top 5 players.
It would be it'd be a better package resume.
Yeah, they need to make some sort of algorithmic
there's the word.
One number, an algorithmic score that takes all that into account. Because what you just said right there, that's why I think Kyle Shanahan right now, 49ers head coach, should probably be in the coach of the year conversation just because of what he's doing. I just saw a thing. The 49ers have 72 injuries so far this year. 72. Now, I don't know how that really is. I don't know.
Insane.
It's the most
guys on the team. How many guys on roster? 52.
53. That means there's multiple injuries per guy. On average, 1.8 injuries per guy.
That's nuts. Okay. Yeah. Who's your strength coach?
I saw some conspiracy theory on Twitter of the fact that the 49ers practice facility is next to like some sort of electrical plant. And they think that the guys maybe are getting some sort of like EMP radiation. Hear me out. There's something to it. Okay. I mean, what else is the explanation?
Hey, whose Tesla coil is that in the parking lot? It's just emitting like lightning. I'm like walking past it every day, and I tore ACL.
They're practicing next to Homer Simpson Springfield nuclear power plant that's oozing some sort of waste.
That's a legitimate theory. The electrical stuff, and it's going to come out here in 5-10 years. The impact it has on our bodies. So
we're early. We're early on it. Okay, so that's what you have there. That was kind of the biggest trade in the trade deadline. There's some other big trades there, but that's kind of the splashiest one right there. Okay, I did want to say this. Imagine getting traded like in real life. This is such a funny concept. You have no control over it, and you just like you're a plumber in Des Moines, Iowa. And you get traded to JP Morgan in Manhattan, and you gotta move, and you gotta go there, and you gotta do the job. Like the concept of people getting traded is actually
crazy. It is crazy. It's like, and I think it's good. I think skilled labor should adopt this full free agency thing. Companies can say, hey, this electrician produced this.
True.
What could you give me for him?
Yeah, you need like kind of like GMs who run like labor markets for certain regions. It's like I'm the GM of plumbers in Omaha. and I got an offer for a plumber coming out of El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I'm going to trade two of my old plumbers. Okay, they're going to get sent down to El Paso. New guy, 22 years old, just out of plumbing school. He's coming to Omaha.
And he does a press conference, and he has a huge chain.
Well, it's like Sauce Gardner. He has the huge chain, and it says Sauce.
And it's a plunger.
That's a funny skit. Okay, there we have it. That's traded. All right, let's talk about this, Mike. Okay, this is kind of a soft launch benching. Okay, Kyler Murray, who I have just over and over talked about how he's the most he's talented, and sometimes he's really fun to watch. But it feels like he doesn't care. It feels like he's really checked out. He does not care. Yeah, he does not care. Also, Marvin Harrison Jr., who's like their number one wide receiver, like their big draft pick a couple of years ago, gets no targets when Kyler Murray is the quarterback. When Jacoby Brissett, who is like a famous NFL journeyman quarterback, is the quarterback, he is targeting his best wide receiver. And now Jonathan Gannon has said that Jacoby Brissett is going to be moving forward, is going to be their starting quarterback. Now, people are calling this a little bit of a soft launch for benching Kyler. Like technically Kyler has some sort of injury, but he's actually seemingly okay now. And people thought he'd come back this week and be the starter. Jonathan Gannon said, we're going to keep going with Jacoby Brissett. Does this make Kyler Murray a bust? He's a former number one pick.
Yeah, it's been like 4 years, and
let me see how many years. Let me see how many years has he played.
They haven't made the playoffs once.
Oh, geez, no, he's been in the league for a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Oh, they made the playoffs. They made the playoffs one time, 2021, and they lost. And Kyler played really badly. And it's just like,
no, I don't think he's a bust because he's had a 7-year starting career, but he's definitely completely underperformed, and I think undercommitted to the NFL. These guys who are two-sport athletes, like, I could have gone baseball or football. And I think when you're in the NFL and you're playing football and things are hard and tough and where you have to like commit and tunnel vision, that's always in the back of your head. It's like, man, I could just go play baseball right now and have the easiest. Like, I think I don't know how good that is. Like, you have guys like Dion who handle it really well, but I don't know how good that is for a quarterback position.
Also, I think Kyler Murray was he was talked about as being the best recruit to ever come out of Texas high school football. Like, he's been dominant everywhere he's gone. And so when he has I feel like he's just not used to being like, okay, I can't just rely on my God-given talent now. I've got to lock in a little bit more. I can't play video games. I've got to watch more film. I've got to lock in. And it just doesn't seem like that. I mean, I know.
He's the exact inverse of the Baker mentality.
Yes, exactly. And I have heard this of people around, like, so Kyler Murray kind of has this reputation publicly, like with the fans of the NFL, like, it seems like he doesn't really care that much, but who knows? I mean, maybe we're looking at it wrong. Apparently within like NFL GM and front office circles, his reputation is even worse. Like, it's even worse than it looks. Yeah. And that's coming from a trusted source. Okay. And so
how hard is it to pretend to care for the sake of your career? You can't fake a smile. You can't pretend, hey, how's it going? Just do that a couple times.
Maybe just too many YouTube videos. You know what? Your YouTube career can wait until after.
Are they kind of pretending that he's hurt right now to cover up the fact that they're trying to tentatively bench him? Because if so, that is a really smart move if they're wanting to trade him down the line. Like, he didn't lose a job. He was injured. Keep his trade value up.
Well, that's the tough thing. He's also paid so much that I think it might be hard to move him. Like, if you want to trade him, I think it might be hard because I think he's just disgustingly overpaid. He's like a $55 million a year contract guy.
What?
Yes.
$55 million?
Well, I'm going to pull up the highest paid NFL quarterbacks right now. Am I wrong? Okay, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. He's getting $46 million a year. But look at that. 1, 2, 3. He's getting paid. He gets paid more than Mahomes. Like, more than
crazy
Matt Stafford, more than Sam Darnold, more than Baker. So congrats to Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett, it's kind of cool. Like, look at this. This is he's such a NFL journeyman, and it's kind of reminds me of, the Geno Smith in Seattle era where, let's see, look, Patriots, Colts, Dolphins, Browns, Commanders, back to the Patriots, and now he's with the Cardinals. And now he's starting and kind of playing some of his best football of his career. And so
That's
he's
crazy.
32 years old. It's a little bit, could be like a little bit of a resurgence.
Yeah. I love, you got to love any journeyman players like that who just get a shot.
Yes.
It's the American dream.
I respect it. I love it. Okay. All right, Mike. I got, because it is the trade season in the NFL, I do have a game. We are going to be trading NFL starting quarterbacks for iconic roles in movies and TV shows. Okay. So I'm going to give you a movie. All right. Or a TV show and in the main character. And we're going to have to decide, both of us can give our vote of which starting NFL quarterback or kind of prominent NFL quarterback. Like you can throw in a Russell Wilson. You can throw in a Kyler.
Okay.
Even though they're technically not starting. Like known
household
NFL quarterbacks, household names or starters for different movie or TV roles. Okay. Are you ready?
That sounds like a blast. I love it. I'm ready.
Okay. Starting off here. This is a two-parter. Okay.
Okay.
Ocean's 11. Okay. The George Clooney and Brad Pitt roles. And what I want you to focus on is camaraderie. Okay. So two quarterbacks who you think would have great chemistry, great camaraderie together. Okay. It's kind of hard.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Can I just say,
yeah,
great game. This is a good game. I'm having fun. I have on my list of quarterbacks just to refresh my keep it in front of mine. Okay. Camaraderie is really important. Stoicism a little bit for those characters.
True. Yeah, because they run into tough stuff.
And attractiveness. You gotta be a leading man.
Handsome.
Okay.
Handsomeness. Okay.
Oh, this is really hard. You know what?
I know. Okay. That's why
we're gonna have to. This is. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers for the George Clooney guy.
Okay.
Because he has that flatline personality where it could be cool under pressure. He could rob a bank and be like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Sure. Aaron Rodgers.
Who would be a good match for him in terms of camaraderie?
If you're going Aaron Rodgers for one, let me throw out another name for you that I think could be good with him. And it's going to be Matthew Stafford. The two oldest quarterbacks in the league. Okay. They got a little bit of that touch of gray, salt and pepper in the beard, kind of, silver fox type look. So if you're going with Aaron Rodgers, I would throw out a Matt Stafford also. I think those guys could have some good camaraderie together.
All right. I like that. I think that's a good combo.
Yeah.
A couple of seasoned vets who could be cool under pressure. They've seen it all and they're just another job.
Okay. I like that. I'm kind of cheating because I know the other ones that we're going to guess in the game. So I'm going to stick with Matthew Stafford on one, and I'm pulling Aaron Rodgers out because I have an answer for him for another role. I'm going to save him for another role. I'm going to trade him. Okay. I'm going to go Joe Flacco and Matthew Stafford. Okay. That's what I got there. Wisdom, salt and pepper. I think that they're both a little bit funny. We saw Matthew Stafford being funny in the previous episode. Joe Flacco has some jokes also, but it's a little bit more deadpan. So I'm going to go with those two guys. Okay. So I think those are answers.
What do you think about Jay Cutler? You can see him just for the Brad Pitt character, because he just doesn't care. His wife's yelling at him, "Why aren't you working?" He goes, "I just bought a house today." He's sitting in the couch on his phone. And I think there's that attitude kind of fits the Brad Pitt role a little bit.
That's kind of good. I kind of like Jay Cutler also. Okay. So you can go with either one of those. Okay. So there we have it. Ocean's 11. All right. This one, a little recency bias because Laura and I are watching this show right now. Peaky Blinders, Tommy Shelby. Wait, hold on. You haven't watched Peaky Blinders?
No, I have. Okay,
that's a great. I was going to
one of my favorite shows.
Unbrother you if you had.
Okay. Peaky Blinders, Thomas Shelby.
Let's think about some characteristics here. Kind of aura, a little bit mysterious, kind of cool. I have an answer.
Okay. Dang, I have an answer as well. Just off the bat, I'm going to say,
go first?
Yeah, because I don't know if you're okay. I don't want you to steal us.
All right.
A unique take. I'm going to say Jalen Hurts.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, really? You were going to say that? I think that's a good fit. The mysterious, like
Yes.
stoic aura. It gives you nothing with his
Yes.
facial expression. I think that's a good fit.
He talks in like riddles, like fortune
Yeah.
cookie riddles. You don't know. Like Tommy Shelby does everything. Like you have no idea what's going on there, but he's successful. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's got that aura. He's got that mystique. All right, that's a good one. Okay, so we're on the same page there. Jalen Hurts, that's a good. Frodo Baggins from Lord of the Rings. Okay.
That's the little hobbit thing, right?
That's
little gremlin.
the little hobbit. Yeah, that's the hobbit.
Okay. Let me think. Let me pull up my list here. Frodo. Okay. I just had a thought.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
You gonna check? Are you checking heights right now?
No. I'm checking personality.
All right.
And this may be a little bit out of left field, but in terms of personality, I'm kind of thinking who would go all in on that role if they were handed that role to play in a movie, and who would go all in with no shame. I think Jameis Winston would do it and have no problem being the little creature and loving it, feeling no embarrassment or shame whatsoever, and just all in on the role.
He put on like the ears. Do they have like weird ears? I think they do.
Yeah.
You know what? Jameis can play a lot of roles. Yeah. I like that. I like that one. So that's good. I was thinking more. My pick is a little more upon the physical characteristics. So I'm thinking of little quarterbacks.
Okay. Who do you have?
I mean, you could go Kyler Murray, but I think he's got a little bit too much like cockiness.
Yeah.
For the character. So I'm actually going to go Dylan Gabriel, rookie quarterback.
Okay.
Very small. And he's a little bit quirky, and I could see him really taking on that Frodo Baggins role. So I'm gonna trade Elijah Wood for Dylan Gabriel.
That's a good pick. That's a good physical features match.
Yeah, that's good. I really like your Jameis pick. I would watch that. I would
throw himself into that role.
That would be a great remake. Okay. Here's a classic. Gladiator, Russell Crowe in Gladiator, Maximus Decimus Meridius. Okay.
Good.
This is like a cool, this is a cool one.
By the way, what a cool role to play as an actor to be able to say I was Gladiator. Apparently, when Russell Crowe goes to Italy, they like just treat him like royalty. Oh gosh.
That's so sick.
Name. Yeah.
That's so sick.
From what I hear.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Gladiator. I've got you know what? Baker might be.
I was just gonna say that. The chip on his shoulder, anti-authority.
Yeah.
Doesn't care. Honor over whatever the king has to offer you.
Yeah. Revenge. The whole story of Gladiator is revenge. Baker is on a revenge tour.
Yeah.
All those teams and organizations that spited him and wrote him off. And he's coming back, and he's going to kill the Emperor, who Joaquin Phoenix is the Emperor in that movie.
I think that's the correct answer. It's Baker, just with a little bit slightly less showmanship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best answer. I'm trying to think. Any of these other guys here, like Jackson Dart? There's a role for Jackson Dart. I don't think it's that. Justin Herbert, no, too big, actually. Too big, Justin Herbert.
Too big. Never been doubted. You can't play that role.
Yes.
Never faced adversity.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Gladiator, Maximus Decimus Meridius, he has to have a little bit of that chip. Baker's the guy. All right. That's great. Okay. This is a cool one. And this is actually happening right now in real life. They're trying to pick who's going to play James Bond in the new Amazon reboot. Okay. Who's going to be the next James Bond? Which NFL quarterback would we cast as James Bond? Oof. Okay.
Oh, that's hard.
It is hard. You really have to have. I mean, it almost makes you want to go back to the Jalen Hurts, but we already put him at.
With his energy and aura wise, Jalen Hurts. I think Justin Herbert, if he was a little bit cooler.
Yeah, I feel like
what it is about him. He just that next tier of coolness for some reason.
He's a little.
Now he is dating Madison Beer now. So there is,
but
maybe it's
I feel like he's not that mysterious. There's a little bit of something that's like really endearing. It's almost, dare I say, adorable about him. Like he's like the fishing. He's like the king or the president of the fishing club in high school.
Yeah,
and it's like that's not James Bond, is it?
Was he really president of fishing?
Yeah,
club?
I think so. We should ask Charlie because Charlie is like good friends with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Daniel Jones, no. Jordan Love, maybe. He is kind of mysterious.
I still don't know what his voice sounds like of his whole career. No idea. So I like Jordan Love.
Let's see. Justin Fields, no. Jackson Dart. Oh,
Oh yeah, Jackson Dart, I think.
Or a Drake May. Drake May, a little
body's
something
too
there.
bad. He doesn't. Doesn't have the body to back it up.
JJ McCarthy, there's a role for him. We saw how crazy he was. Not Tua. Definitely not Tua. Gino, definitely not. Mahomes, absolutely not.
No, Tua, this is your mission. Should you choose to accept it? I accept it. Wait, what'd you say?
First of all, that's Mission Impossible. Second of all, no, that's a great thing. You're getting your spy movies mixed up.
What were the coordinates again? That's too
he's not going to work. You know what? I feel like I'm going Jordan Love will be my James Bond. I think that there's a little bit of a mysteriousness there. And I feel like
you know what? Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, Jimmy G. He's got the dashing good looks. Yeah. I can live with that. I think that's good.
Okay.
All right. This is the last one that I have, but if you have any other shows or movies or characters you want to do, okay? Captain Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. And I have the answer. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers. He's quirky. He's into all this weird magic and potions. Okay.
That's good.
He says kind of funky, strange things. You don't see it?
Okay. No, I see it now that you describe it that way. I'm thinking of like the bodily movements and expressiveness.
Jameis would be great there.
Yeah.
You know who else would be maybe a good Jack Sparrow? Mahomes. Maybe. I could see it. I can see it.
I agree with that. I would say Patrick Mahomes. For some reason, it strikes me that way. Because he's a party guy. Him and Travis are party guys. He can get into the rum, and he's just like he's a drunk sailor. He can get into that.
There you go. There's that. What about this pick for Jack Sparrow? Caleb Williams. Okay. Paints the nails as I think like Jack Sparrow.
Flamboyant.
He wears like eyeliner.
Really?
He's a little bit Jack Sparrow. And I'm taking the lead that if Caleb would be willing to wear the eyeliner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good fit.
Funny movements. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go there. Do you have any other iconic roles that we should do?
Okay. Now, what about TV? Michael Scott.
Okay.
And this could include coaches.
Okay.
Coaches or players. Who would play Michael Scott?
Okay, Michael Scott. And I'm going to pull up head coaches list right now also too.
Part of me thinks John Gruden could have an interesting take on.
That could be an interesting take. Yeah, it could be an interesting take. Okay, who's got a little quirkiness?
Lack of self-awareness.
Yeah. See, some of these coaches are too cool. A little bit too cool. Too cool. Mike McCoy. No. You know, Jim Harbaugh. There's something.
Oh, that's good.
Quirky. Yeah. I could see it.
Yeah.
Says things that are really well-meaning, but maybe kind of inappropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Where he can't identify the undertones of what he's saying. I'm also going to go with Jameis again. Jameis Winston, Michael Scott.
I have a great AI use case for you is putting Jameis Winston into all iconic movie roles. Okay,
perfect.
That's great. All right, let's finish up here. That's a fun game. We got to do that game more. So that's in honor of the trade deadline because we're trading current Hollywood stars for our starting NFL quarterbacks. All right, let's finish off with a little game of cringe or cool. Okay. I love this game.
Nice.
This is very fun.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a
Real
few
good.
here. Just kind of rapid fire. Bang it out. We're going to start. Okay. Tucker Kraft tore his ACL, starting tight end for the Green Bay Packers. Luke, next man up.
Luke, let's go. Lock in
Come
here.
on, Luke. Here we go, Luke. Let's lock in. Enough with the airplanes.
Take it seriously for 3 months. Okay? Change your life forever.
Here we go. All right. So Romeo Dobbs had this to say about Tucker Kraft. And in the quote, he says, "It's terrible. It's so sad, but Tucker's in a better place now."
Wouldn't wish that, just on, one of our captains or even just your worst enemy. I don't wish that on any man. And, Tucker is in a better place. But again, you just gotta.
So stupid.
Next question.
Yeah, next question. Oh my gosh. So funny.
Is that cringe or is that cool?
so cringe. I think that's that's hilarious. What a poor guy is just fishing for words. And I think looking at the hairstyle here, you could see, okay, he's probably not all the way there, and the wrong statement's going to slip in. So poor guy, cringe.
This is like in Remember the Titans when Gary Bertier gets hurt and then coaches come in to visit him at the hospital and they're like, "I think this is not a time for joking around. It's a time for reflection and prayer." And Gary Bertier goes, "Coach, I'm hurt. I'm not dead." And so I think it's just like that. All right. I'm actually going to go cool. I think it's endearing. I think it's adorable. And I'm going to go cool. Okay. Tucker's in a better place now. Here we go.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
The training room. Okay.
Tom Brady revealed that he cloned his dog. His current dog is a clone of his former dog that had died. Is this cringe or is this cool?
I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this. It's disrespectful, I think. I don't know. Mike,
no, that's a good take.
This is the stance I'm going to take. That is disrespectful to the pet that you had before, the relationship that you had before with the authentically created animal. And to think you could just fully replace it. It's one thing if your puppy dies, okay, or your dog dies, it's been part of your family for 5 years, and then a week later you just get a brand new puppy to fill that void so that you don't have to grieve properly. That's one thing. It's a whole nother thing to get a full exact clone replacement of that animal right after. And just and
try and basically pretend like it's the same dog.
And what that says is, I love this animal so much, but it's not worth me having any grieving or negative emotions about.
Good point.
Let's fill that void. Yeah,
that's a good point. Okay, I'm with you too. Cringe. Okay, all right. This is a two-parter. All right, how about this? Starting off, Joe Burrow going as the Joker for Halloween.
Really bad. So bad. So cringe. It's so bad. Oh my goodness. And here's what makes it worse is he clearly thinks he's doing it really well. And I'm sure he wouldn't stop doing the voice. And wasn't really doing the voice that great, but really thought he was doing the voice.
Why?
I don't know how I got these scars. Here's something that's funny. Every guy thinks that they can do the Joker voice, and every guy thinks they could do like the Bane voice.
Yes.
And it never really comes across well.
No, it's like a male canon event to do that. Okay. All right. So I said it's a two-parter. Okay. So he dressed up this year for Halloween. This was his comment about Halloween last year. Joe Burrow says he's not a big Halloween guy. I'm not into celebrating something just to celebrate it. What exactly are we celebrating? Just to dress up? I'm not a big dress up guy. Somebody quotes me in this and said, "Performative male, final boss." I will say it's so performative because
that's really good.
At the podium tries to act like, "No, I'm just way too cool for Halloween." And then he goes the following year and does like the most in-depth Halloween costume with all the makeup and probably the voice. I'm going to
guarantee the voice.
Cringe. Mega cringe Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Somebody dug up that quote.
Yeah.
Oh,
funny.
It's so funny.
All right. Sticking with Joe Burrow, well, kind of. Sticking with the Cincinnati Bengals. the sack rate in Cincinnati has been very high. Okay. And even last year, or for Joe Burrow this year, before he got hurt, it was 12.2%. The offensive line is only giving a 3.89% sack rate for Joe Flacco. The offensive line is clearly trying harder to protect old man Flacco than Joe Burrow. Is this cool or is this kind of cringe?
I mean, it's cool. It's a double-edged sword. I'm going to say it's cool, but what's sad is that what you're learning is that these guys had it in the tank the whole time to protect their quarterback.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the movie The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler when they just let the guys blow through the line when Paul Crewe, they found out he was throwing the game for the guards.
That's a great reference right there.
That's a deep
reference. Deep reference. I'm going to go cool with this because it means the O-line knows, like, this is an old guy back there. They're really rallying around him. You have to protect him, and they're kind of rising to the occasion. And then also they're showing us what they're capable of.
It'd be cool if, I don't know, he's injured. He's out. He got hurt because they couldn't try harder for him. Their starting quarterback, who's the highest paid player on their team. Really? I don't think that's cool.
Okay, maybe you're right. Okay, you know what? I'll go neutral on this. How about?
Yeah.
All right, last one here. A little bit of Maction. Okay, something beautiful about Maction. Just Wednesday night, Tuesday night college football. 25 people in the stands, but this is like the only football game on TV. Okay, so we got this player here, Brennan Bailey, who does taunting. Here it is. We'll play it a little bit.
Coverage on the ball by Brennan Bailey, and a flag sails in after the play.
Okay.
There's some jawing back and forth. And if this is against Bailey, an absolute killer.
They got Bailey for the taunting on his celebration here.
0-8.
Yeah, just 0-8 versus 3-6. Tuesday night Maction.
What are you taunting?
Well too, but we'll see.
0-8, down 24. Wow, this is
Tuesday night.
This is
number 12 of the defense.
Okay, gets the taunting penalty.
That 15-yard penalty. We assess.
And then his coach.
Which results in automatic first
So he's
down.
not ejected. You need
Number
2
12
to get
scores.
ejected.
Unsportsmanlike towards disqualification.
Okay, so
And Bailey was sent not just to the sideline, but Bailey
Look at those
is sent
stands.
to the locker room right now by his own team.
So here's the end of it. He does a double thumbs down to the sideline, and they give him that for taunting. And coach says, man, your day is done. Straight to the locker room.
okay, so the coach
It is rare to see
sending
that where a coach will just
Okay.
send
Bailey
the
to the
players
locker room,
straight to the
just
locker
like
room, but there is
self-imposed
Bailey,
suspension
a
for the
lonely
taunting.
march.
Is this cool
Back to
from the
the locker
coach or
room, but I
cringe?
will-
I think we can both agree it's cringe of the DB of Bailey to do the celebration.
Yeah.
It's just such a classic DB thing, though. To
Yeah,
be
that's the most
taunting
classic.
like when you're down 24 and you're 0-8. It is just like incomplete.
Incomplete.
So that's
You had
cringe.
15
What about the
touchdowns
coach?
caught on you this year.
Yeah.
The coach, super cool. Great move. Classy move. This is how you build a program. This is how you build culture. Get rid of that crap. It's nothing. It serves nothing. It's a cancer to have on your team to have that kind of behavior. Get him out. Great job. Love the coach. So cool.
Okay. Well, I would argue he's not really building a great culture because they're 0-8. So maybe you need to try someone.
No, he's now turning it around. He goes,
He's starting now.
that's why we're 0-8. Maybe we should stop doing that.
Oh,
Celebrating
okay.
when
Maybe.
we're doing our job when we're 0-8. Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go cringe. Okay, this is classic DBs. Every player involved and coach involved in football knows DBs have these personalities. You just got to deal with it. Okay, and now you're sending the kid away. He's not going to play for the rest of the game, and it's just there's limited opportunities in college. It feels to me it feels performative from the coach. It's like we suck, we're losing, we're 0-8, we're down 24, and I'm going to kind of scapegoat this kid. I think he should get screamed at on the sideline, but to kick him out of the game, cringe. Okay.
Fine.
What do you think?
We can
Fine?
agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. All right,
Yeah.
There we have it. That was fun. I love playing the games. With,
I love the games. I
popular
love games.
games. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
fun.
good.
All right, there we go. Crazy trade deadline. And on Friday, we'll talk a little bit about college football and the playoff brackets coming out. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Goodbye.